Good morning. I hope everyone's doing well. We're going to do a movement today in Qi Gong, and we're going to make it a lot easier with Feldenkrais. So when you have your setup, make sure that you have a bed or a mat to lie down on, and you have a place to stand that feels comfortable. And you can use your mat if it's comfortable, like a yoga mat. So when you're ready, come to stand. And we're going to do the movement of water. So let me move my camera so you can see me a little better. So we're going to start with Qigong. First, make sure your feet are about hip width apart and that you feel really comfortable in standing. Next, make sure that you bend your knees just a little bit, and that will sink your tailbone down. It's a micro bend in the knees, lengthening the spine. Imagining you have a string from the top of your head up, letting the chest be wide, sinking that imaginary marble from here down to here. And just doing that a couple of times, sinking the energy down. And just taking a moment to ground your energies into your body. Just feel yourself ground your energies. And so the movement we're going to do, we're going to inhale as the arms go up. You're going to go to shoulder height. We're going to exhale as we bring hands toward ears and bend the knees. We're going to inhale as we come back, pushing the hands, knees are straight, and then we come all the way down. So we're going to do that again. Inhaling up, exhaling, inhaling, and down. Now, the last time we do this, I want you to notice where it's difficult because we're going to try to make it easier. So we're going to go up. Same way, just notice, where is it easy? Where is it a little bit challenging? Are there places where it's moving or skipping? And does it feel enjoyable? Okay, so we're going to go ahead and start to do some Feldenkrais now. So go ahead and get to your mat, wherever that is. And we're going to begin on the back. So go ahead and lie down on your back when you're ready. I come all the way down. I'm not going to show the whole thing. I'll be talking. So follow the instructions and I will, when we do a movement, show how to do it. For now, as you rest on the back, begin to notice your contact. Notice the places where you feel heavy and grounded. Maybe in the pelvis. Maybe the back of the head or the heels. And where are the places that don't meet the ground? We naturally have space under the body in some areas. Notice the space underneath of you. And notice the length of your right leg from heel to hip joint. As you breathe, noticing your right leg, how heavy it is, how long it is. And then taking a moment to notice the left leg from heel to hip joint. Noticing again how heavy it is and how long it is. Feeling the weight over the back of the pelvis. Noticing if you're right on the center, which feels very flat when you're right on the sacrum, or tipped or turned to one side, which feels a little bit different, like more weight on one buttock. And wherever you are, don't judge or change anything. Just notice. That's all the brain needs to make change. Begin to trail your spine. Feel your spine in your image as much as you can as you travel up the spine from the tailbone, one vertebra at a time in your image. If you're not sure, just imagine and follow the curvature of the spine. We have 2 convex and 2 concave curves in our spine. And you might notice some vertebrae are turned a little bit in one direction or another. You might notice some have more space or less space. And feeling the whole length of the spine from tailbone to where it meets your head. And how does your head rest? Are you resting on the back of your head? Or is it a little bit tipped or turned to one side? Again, just noticing. No changes. Feel your shoulders and arms and how you chose to orient your palms or hands. Face up, face down, or somewhere between. Feel all the space around your body as though it could intermingle with the boundaries of your body, between your fingers and toes, between your arms and your torso, all around your head, legs, feet. And continue to breathe into that space. You don't have to do anything different with your breath, just allow it to expand into the space around you. And now when you feel ready, we're going to go from the back onto the stomach. Before we do this, if you haven't gone yet, just think of a way that would be easy to transfer yourself onto your stomach. You might not have enough room to go far, but there are ways where you can roll from your back to your stomach. So you can do it that way, or you can do it a different way. And when you arrive on your stomach, just pause there. We're going to be in a position where the head can be down on the forehead. The forehead can be on the hands if that's comfortable. So your forehead is on your hands and you're resting on your stomach as long as that's comfortable for you. And just breathe here for a moment and just notice your contact. If the stomach for any reason isn't comfortable, I will do a different lesson sometime, or you can practice anything that we're doing on the back. I just won't be able to translate it. And if the stomach isn't comfortable for more than a few minutes, just go back and forth. It is really necessary that we spend time on our stomach, not just as babies, but as adults. On your stomach now, take a moment to imagine that in front of you, there is a bug in front of your hands, or something you like, something cute and fuzzy maybe, and that you're going to follow that with your eyes up the wall in front of you. So you're going to start with your forehead down and then start with your eyes following, but go very, very slow. Go very slow. So the forehead is down and you take all the time you need to start to trail with the eyes up. And you come up as far as you can. You don't have to come up far, and just go back down. See if you can inhale as you come up, as you imagine following this creature, this bug in front of you, and then maybe slightly up the wall if you get that far. And exhaling as you come back, but letting your eyes trail on the way back too, so that the eyes are involved in this lifting of the head. And the next time you make the movement, could you imagine pushing into your lower abdomen, right above your pubic bone, just a little bit? And actually, let's do this on the exhale. Next time you lift, exhale, push into your lower abdomen on the floor, and start to come up that way, and just notice, is there more support? See if you can really push your lower abdomen into the floor and come up. However you are, whatever you can do is fine. Once you come back down, take a minute to rest either on your stomach or your back, whatever feels the most comfortable. And just pause for a moment to notice your breathing. And now when you feel ready, come back to your stomach if you weren't already there. So you're on the stomach, head was all the way down. And now we're going to allow the head to go to the left side. So you're going to rest on your right cheek, and your left hand is going to stand on the ground. So you're resting on your side like this, and the back arm can be long beside you. So as you have your face in the other direction, you can have the back arm long. But your other side is here. So you've got one arm standing and you're facing that arm. And then as you do that, Slowly begin to push into your hand and then release the pushing. And you're just going to do that a number of times. Your head should be on the floor. Mine is up because I want to make sure I can see everyone and that you can see me. So you're pushing and your body rolls. And just notice how you roll onto your side and come back. All right, pause that. Come back to wherever you were on your stomach or whatever feels comfortable and just rest. Just noticing the difference between your two sides. Does one side feel longer? All right, we're going to do the other side. It's the same idea. So again, that back arm can be long or it can be up if you want. But the other arm is in this position. And you just start to push. You push yourself over to the side, going in the wrong direction. Push and come back. Notice your breathing as you do this. And notice how you choose to breathe. Is it timed with the movement or is it separate? So continue that movement a few more times. Pushing into the hand, rolling as you're on your stomach. And then pause that. Bring both arms up now so that you're on your stomach with both arms in this position. And from here, you can have your head start in the middle, but have your head on the ground. So it's not like mine. You're going to push into one side and then push into the other. So if your head is on the ground, it looks a little bit different. Pushing into one side and then pushing into the other, letting the opposite elbow fall. And you can go a lot slower than I am with this. In fact, I would say go 10 times slower because the slower you go, the more you feel. And just notice what you feel as you go back and forth in this way. And then let's pause on the back. So find your way back to your back to come to rest. If you love your stomach, you can stay there. And if you prefer your side, you can go there. So just find a place to rest that feels good. For those that go back to the back, you might notice any changes from the beginning. But wherever you rest, allow yourself to fully rest and just breathe for a moment. These are not big movements, but for the brain, they're huge because we're rewiring our system. So allow your system to take this in for just a moment. And then wait longer if you need. When you feel ready, we're going to come back onto the stomach. Once you arrive, same idea with the head on the hands, but if you prefer to put your face to one side, that is fine. However you can be comfortable. So this time the head is fully down resting. We're going to be working with the feet. So take your feet so that they bend at the knees, so the soles of the feet are facing the ceiling. And as you do this, I want you to not look at your feet, but imagine, are they flat? Could they hold 2 plates of spaghetti, one on each foot, without falling? And then if you want, you can check and see. If you were in my class, I'd put something on your foot to see if it would fall off. But just check and see. And if you can't see, that's okay. Just see if they're as close as they can be to being able to face the ceiling. Make sure there's some space between your legs. And we're just going to sink our legs in one direction and come back. And just stay with that one direction. It doesn't matter which one you started with. Exhale your legs over and inhale them back. And as you do this, you'll probably feel that your pelvis starts to lift on the opposite side of where the legs are turning. Feel your pelvis start to lift as the legs turn. Can you feel something happening in your chest? And then pause for a moment. If you need to switch sides with your head, you can. We're going to go to the other side. So when you're ready, feet go to the other side and come back. And just let them fall, but slowly. You're just allowing a slow fall as the pelvis starts to turn. The slower you go, the more of your body will want to come with you. So continue doing that movement of the feet falling to that second side. And then bring everything down to rest. If you're comfortable on your stomach, rest on your stomach. We are building to a bigger movement. So take another minute to rest. And always rest longer if you like. Go at your own pace. And never one to overteach to what you already know. So anything you need to add is fine too. Okay, now we're going to have the legs come together on the stomach and bend at the knees, same thing, 90 degrees at the knees, and the feet are still facing the ceiling. And you're all the way down. And from here, we're going to take the legs side to side. Now, I'm not going to show this yet because I want you to figure out how they can move. What is limiting the feet from going side to side? I'm just going to pretend I'm stuck here. So a lot of times what I don't say is allowed. What would allow your feet and legs to stay together that could still get your legs to turn to one side or another without force, without effort? What do you think? So play for a moment with this and see if you can figure it out. And then if you haven't yet, we're going to start to lift a knee. So we're going to lift one knee, and that turns the feet and knees together. So go ahead and try that with both legs. And you don't have to go far. And it's better if you don't watch me. I just want to be here as an example. Knees and feet together, everything linked. Feeling that this turns the pelvis even more than the last one we did. And then taking a moment to rest. Let's come back to that initial position with head on the forehead. And again, we're going to come up with the head. So we're going to imagine we're following that bug up, or that fuzzy, adorable creature up. And then we're going to come back down. And notice if you do this one more time, pressing into your stomach, has it gotten any easier? So push into the stomach, start to look up. Notice if it got any easier. Either way, pause, lay down for just a moment in any position that you want. In a moment, we'll use all the things we've done so far to put this together for a martial move that will serve us for Qi Gong. For now, rest. And these rests are so important for integration, for noticing. Do you feel better anywhere or different? More spacious? And how is your breath? And last time on the stomach, when you arrive this time, we're going to have both arms up, and we're going to have the head turned toward one arm. Let's say the left arm. So we're going to have the head turned toward the left hand. Both legs are up. I'm doing my left hand, so I'm not doing a mirror image. And you're just going to start to, let's have, both arms are up. We're going to push into one shoulder and just see, where does that take you? So push into one hand, that left hand where your face is, and see, can you start to look over your shoulder? Just notice if that's possible. Can you start to almost see your feet? Is that something you could do? You're pushing into this hand, the left one, or whichever hand you're using, but the other hand might be feeling some pressure too. And as you continue to do this, maybe the feet could start to sway to the right or in the opposite direction and come back. So now we're pushing into the hand, looking over the shoulder, and the feet are going at the same time. And you're breathing. Breathe easily. And you just keep doing this. And then when the feet get a little bit further, see, is there a way that you could go further? What could you do from here? Is it possible? Is it possible? What if you use both hands in such a way where you start to push into this left hand? Elbow starts to straighten, go a little further. That's another step. Looking over the shoulder, elbow straightens. I get here and I'm stuck. I wonder what to do here. What could you do there to come to seated? So we get here, elbows straight. I'm going to take my back arm from here. I'm going to push into it so I can come up. I'm going to do that again and reverse it so I can show you. So I'm going to take this arm in front, push into it first, look over my shoulder, push into this a little more. Then the back arm as the legs continue to go, and you come to a seated position. So continue to practice that. You can switch sides or stay on the same side. I'm going to go to my other side. And you just do the same thing. And if you don't have it yet, don't worry about it. It takes a little bit of time. So we've got one arm pushes, look over the shoulder, and the feet are going from, let's do it in order. As the feet go, I'm straightening this arm, straighten my back arm. I'm in seated, and then I'm coming back. So it should be pretty easy, even if you have a hard floor, to come back, because it's a slower process that we developed here to come all the way up. Going in both directions if you can. And if not, you just go to one. If it feels good and there's no stress in your back and you're able to do this, see if you can go a little bit faster. So you start to come up, maybe you start to spin all the way up. Either way, come to a seated position. I will teach more on this lesson if you want more instruction to make it easier. But for now, take a moment to notice yourself sitting. Notice your spine. And just breathe for a moment. You can take more time with this, but so I don't take more time with the video, I'm going to go back to the Qigong move so I can show you if it got easier for me, and then you let me know if it's easier for you. So we're doing water. We have slightly bent knees, which is bringing our tailbone down. This might already be dropped from our lesson. You feel that your arms are looser. Head is maybe more erect. If not, allow your head to be right atop your spine and float those hands up on the inhale. Back on the exhale. Forward on the inhale and down. Was that easier than before? Let's do it one more time just to check. See how you can make it even easier with your breath and flow. Inhale. Exhale, inhale, down. So that is how I use my Feldenkrais practice to enhance my Qigong experience. And I hope you had a wonderful experience with me, and I hope to see you soon. Subscribe for more videos and come to more lives.